you doing in here?
Hello, Dumbledore. We'd like to read you a story tonight.
I'm sick.
Because of your illness, we want to read you a story.
But don't get us sick. Now, it's time to read How the Dark Lord Killed Everybody. Are you excited?
I know I am.
Every student at Hogwarts liked Christmas a lot. But the Dark Lord, who lived just north of Hogwarts, did not. He who must not be named hated the season. Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be that cheer was replaced by ambition. Some say the size of his heart was deficient. But the theory on which I'd be willing to bid is that Santa gives coal to the Slytherin kids. But whether because of heart or alma mater, Voldy stood there on Christmas Eve hating the Potters. What he did seemed harmless compared to their crimes. He'd seen this young couple out caroling 3 times. And just when old Voldy had thought he had won, they went into hiding with their newly born son. But someone betrayed them, and quick as can be, Voldy murdered the parents of Harrison P. Then he tried to kill Harry, but his spell didn't work. Voldemort was reduced to a ghost, the big jerk. Powerless, he fled to an Albanian isthmus, where he suffered through 10 merry seasons of Christmas. And the noise, oh the noise, the Albanian noise! It was almost as bad as what Hogwarts enjoys. But the one thing which showed beyond doubt they had gall was that any time anything happened at all, if something went right or if something went wrong, all the students at Hogwarts would break into song. They'd sing, and they'd sing, and they'd sing, 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 sing. And the more Voldy thought of these random montages, the more he would plan Christmas espionages. For 53 years he'd put up with it now. He had to stop Christmas from coming. But how? Then he got an idea, an awful idea. The Dark Lord got an awful brilliant idea.
I know just what I'll do,
said this miserable creature, and he stuck himself onto the head of a teacher. He chuckled and laughed.
I'm a genius of sorts. With this teacher my pawn, I'll sneak into Hogwarts.
And while this was enough, the Dark Lord wasn't listless. He'd kill Harry Potter, and then he'd kill Christmas. And yet, he wouldn't have to be implicated, for he wasn't the only one Harrison hated. He would get someone else to kill the boy, and he chose the amazing Draco Malfoy. Voldy told him,
"Get Harry to drink living death."
And then you'll promote me?
Don't hold your breath.
Hey, Draco!
But by accident, Draco took the draught instead, and Voldemort's plan failed since Draco was dead. So Voldemort took more draughts off his shelf.
To get something done right, I must do it myself. But hey, I'd be happy to murder the fool.
Who, meanwhile, was packing to go back to school.
You mustn't go back.
Minor characters warned.
The Dark Lord will kill you as sure as you're born.
But Harry just smiled and said with a grin,
Don't worry about me. I think I can win.
They thought he was kidding, but he wasn't facetious, for Harry had bottles of Felix Felicis. If Harry consumed this, then he'd have the power to exploit plot devices for 24 hours. Meanwhile, Voldy killed Filch and Chuck Norris, and ate all the unicorns within the forest. He sold all the house elves to those who would bid, and made calamari of the school's giant squid. But Voldemort paused, for his stomach felt queasy, This carnage and chaos was coming too easy. He knew Harry would show at the moment most dire, to ruin his fun, just like every time prior. And then he remembered the strange prophecy about him in the Department of Mysteries. He decided to steal this prophetical prize. With a little luck, it could help him kill Four Eyes. So he flew to the Ministry at the speed of light, or at least as quickly as Rowling could write. But just when he thought nothing could go awry, he heard a small noise, like a phoenix's cry. He turned around fast, and he saw a small kid. 'Twas Harrison Potter, the boy who had lived.
What horrible luck!
Voldy thought to himself.
This kid's more annoying than Dobby the Elf.
Then Harry looked up and said,
Voldemort, why? Why are you taking my prophecy? Why?
But you know that Dark Lord was so clever and sly. He thought on his feet, and he thought up a lie.
I need this bright orb back at my house, you see, or I won't have a light on my Christmas tree.
Well, I guess that's all right.
Harry went on to say.
Here, take the orb and we'll be on our way.
But Voldy uncharacteristically asked.
What is it about Christmas that's making it last?
Harry said.
The season used to be pleasant. The Muggles alone made it all about presents.
Then Voldemort understood, all in an instant, the reason why Christmas time was so persistent. 'Twas Muggles that kept this holiday existent. If all of the world's Muggles could be done in, he'd never have to deal with Christmas again. So Voldy decided that it would be prudent to unleash a basilisk onto all the students. He got a frog egg, got a chicken to hatch it, and made something so fierce no creature could match it. And Voldy, with suspense I don't wish to build, sicked his snake on the mudbloods and had them all killed. Next it attacked all the centaurs and fairies, then giants, then muggles, and finally Harry.
I've done it.
He said, and his laughter increased.
I killed Harry Potter! The boy is deceased! They'll wake up at Hogwarts, and I guarantee when they learn Harry's dead, they'll surrender to me. And surrender is something I simply must see.
He appeared at the school with scarcely a warning.
Your hero is dead, for I killed him this morning.
And then, to take cruelty to the next level, he broke Dean's guitar and set fire to Neville. But then he heard cheers, and the cheers sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but he looked, there was Harry. How could this be? Harry met his demise. Voldy shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Then the students at Hogwarts, the tall and the small, started caroling, without any muggles at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming, it came. Somehow or another, it came just the same. And Voldemort, with a quite mystified face, stood puzzling and wondered.
How could this take place? It came without muggles and mudbloods and squids, and centaurs and elves and the school's giant squid.
Then the Dark Lord thought something he hadn't before.
Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more.
Harry said,
Voldemort, here's your last chance. We'll all end this war if you stop your advance.
And what happens next? Well, at Hogwarts they say that Voldemort's heart grew 3 sizes that day. And they all celebrated and had a good time. And they feasted on butterbeer, whiskey, and wine. And as friends they all walked into Hogwarts' lobby, and the Dark Lord himself helped to carve the roast Dobby. The end.
Yeah.
That was a good story. Now get out of my room.
Well, we worked really hard on reading this.
Yeah, like I had to teach Ron how to read. Boys, Christmas isn't about Grinches and Scrooges and Lord Voldemort. Christmas is about the loving feeling you get when the people you enjoy being around with are in the same room.
Yeah, I never get that feeling.
Never do I.